Hello, I'm Patty Guttenplan with the Montgomery County Planning Commission, and what you are going to be viewing is a 2023 Montgomery Award winner. The Reserve at Maybrook, an exemplary residential project in Lower Merion Township, received a 2023 Montgomery Award for zoning innovation and planning process, historic preservation, and site-sensitive design. This project, which was initiated by the owner at the time, Bob Lockyer, balanced a transit-oriented development with the preservation of the Maybrook mansion, an historic resource, and the conservation of 22 acres of open space. A multi-year and multi-municipal planning process laid the groundwork for this mixed-use project that created a high-end apartment complex with 250 units within a historically sensitive setting, originally gifted by William Penn to his personal physician, Thomas Wynn. This project successfully provides essential pedestrian connections to the Wynwood train station and the larger neighborhood. Let's take a look at this unique project.
I'm Kathy Lockyer Moulton. Bob Lockyer is my father, and we worked together at Thomas Wynn Apartments when we started contemplating this development project for the Maybrook Mansion and what is now the Reserve at Maybrook. We started with the idea of wanting to preserve the Maybrook Mansion. When the mansion was built in 1881, there was no such thing as estate taxes or property taxes or business taxes. And so with the changes in economics and anticipating future changes to those economics, we knew that it would be vitally important to create an income stream that would preserve the mansion. At the time, it cost about $1,000 a day to keep the heat on, the lights lit, the roof intact.
And this site has a really important historic resource that was still intact. So all of the outbuildings and the setting for the historic mansion that we're in were intact and available for people to see as they drove by the property. It was going to be challenging. So when Bob Lockyer came in with his team to show the development plan, while he preserved the mansion, because of the split zoned, he had houses everywhere because you had to get a certain level of development to be able to sustain the income that they were looking for to run the house. Luckily, Lower Merion Township had some very creative ordinances in place. They've evolved since then, but it had both a cluster ordinance and an historic preservation ordinance. And both of those ordinances were really important for this development plan. So I suggested the facilitation process that after a little bit of time, Bob was very interested in going forward with. So it was informal. They had submitted their application. They were willing to work with the community. I reached out to the community, both Narberth and Lower Merion, to SEPTA. This is a great location, has a lot of availability for other people. And so as many people as we could get involved, the Historic Commission, the Environmental Commissions, neighborhood clubs, SEPTA, everybody got involved in the facilitation process. And it took many, many, many months. But at the end of those months, we came up with a plan that people were satisfied with.
I met Bob Lockyer and Kathy Lockyer in 2010, and over the course of several years, got to know them better, expressed an interest in buying the property from them. They were definitely looking for somebody who could take it through the final stages of approval and ultimately build it. The biggest challenge was how to successfully finance this project, because we were doing something on this site that had never been done before in suburban Philadelphia. We were buying a massive piece of property that we were only going to develop a relatively small portion of.
When we were thinking about laying out the site, we really looked at the mansion and made that the centerpiece of the site. And we worked out from the mansion and taking in the existing gardens and having the existing gardens, and then looking at where the apartment building wanted to land adjacent to the train tracks. So the site has now been divided by the entry road, and that sort of sequesters the two pieces of the site, the apartment building, and then the gardens and the historic structures throughout the property.
At the end of the project, the building had already been situated as a result of this ongoing, I guess, restraint or light touch related to the preservation of the mansion. And that allowed the building to be located in what I feel is the best location on site, close to public transportation, centered on the site, allowing for buffers around the property line, addressing a lot of the neighbors' concerns.
So what we did was we knit it all together by providing opportunities to renovate historic buildings for people to live in, a couple of new homes that people could live in. There's a gatehouse to the east on North Wynwood Avenue that's part of the site that we've all put together and saved these homes and buildings as cultural resources and as part of the history of the site.
We also really wanted to maintain and emphasize, if we could, that trail connection from the mansion down to the train station and
the
back.
cool thing about that trail is it was a carriage trail to the mansion from the train station back in the day.
I think what I'm most proud about in the project is the fact that not only did we save this incredible mansion, but we saved the whole setting for the site. We still have development, they still have the income stream coming in that they needed, but we have a magnificent estate. We have all of the outbuildings are intact. There's a gatehouse, there's the stables, there's the carriage house. And I know I'm missing something, but you can add it.
A barn, a potting shed, and several spring houses.
So to have a 34-acre piece of property that had been untouched by human hands for all of time, that also had some of these historic buildings and features on it, was just extraordinary. And every single person that was involved in the development of this property has attested to the fact that they'll never work on another property like this one, ever, in their careers. And that goes for me as well.
Thank you for taking the time to find out more about this Montgomery Award winner. If you want to know more about this winner or any of the other 2023 Montgomery Award winners, or for that matter, about this awards program that has been in existence for 56 years, please visit the website. Thank you.